funny how the story goes. Little hope but bigger dreams. They try to bring a sucker down, singing louder than the crowd. Listen the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never look down, love, not when we shine so bright. The sun is getting warmer. When we soar away among the clouds, the sky is just a border. But when we're floating up like helium.
Cleaned up and I'm going to run out to do a couple errands. I want to just surprise Steven, so I'm gonna go pick him up a tie and I'm gonna go to the dairy and get him his favorite ice cream that's homemade there, just so he has something to come home to today. And then other than that, maybe look for a couple things for my next restyle. All right, let me throw my shoes on and let's get out of here. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, best $1.29 you could ever spend is getting Kyla Jade's version of You Don't Own Me. It also brings me back to First Wives Club with Bette Midler, Goldie Hawn, and Diane Keaton, where they sing this at the end and are dancing in those like white suits. Oh my gosh, I love that movie. I haven't seen it in so long. So good. I love a good Bette Midler movie. What was the one with her and I think it might have been Lily Tomlin, where they were like the country twins and the city twins, and there's like a business deal? Is it like Double Business, or I don't know. If you know what movie I'm talking about, mention the title down below, because I remember it so clearly watching it when I was younger. That song though is just great. So just running some errands. We're gonna hit up Target first just because I need to grab a couple things. I went to do my hair this morning and style it, and I like this certain pomade that I buy at Target. I've tried like every expensive pomade hair wax on the planet and nothing works better than, I think it's called like Crew. I almost said J. Crew, but it's not J. Crew. But it's what has always worked the best without my hair looking greasy or dirty. So I need to grab some of that today. And then I am just gonna scout out lanterns, because I moved that one lantern from the fireplace to the entryway table. So that means I need to put one back at the fireplace. So I'm gonna see if I can find one that I like. Oh, the parking gods were on my side. Okay, so let's hop into Target and see what we can find. Oh my goodness, it is, look at my hair from the wind. One thing I thought that we would chit chat a little bit about today, and it's one of the questions that I've probably received a lot lately, and it's a lot of parents talking about how to parent someone who is being bullied. For those who have watched any Q&As of mine know that in school I was very bullied. I don't throw that word around lightly. I think there is a fine line between being like picked on, and there's a line that's crossed when it's bullying. What I experienced in my schooling was traumatic bullying. Clearly I am not a parent. However, I know what I needed that worked for me. I also know what my parents did, and that's where my suggestions come from. But clearly I'm not a parent, so I don't have that natural insight that you would have into your child. The first thing that I would say is if you have a suspicion your child is being bullied, or you have reason to believe that they are, you cannot let your child get away without talking about it. One thing that my parents were really great about is I would try to shut them out or not talk about school or just say that everything was fine. And that was never enough for my parents. And they always probed and asked questions and made me talk about it, which I think is really, really important. If you ever have that feeling that bullying is happening to your child, do not let them get away without talking about it. And if they're not willing to talk about it, my mom would come straight out and just ask me if I was being picked on or tormented at school. Like, she just didn't pull any punches. She just came out and straight up talked to me. I think the other thing as a parent is you've got to advocate for your child loudly and aggressively. I remember a day I came home in high school and I had an apple smashed to the side of my head. I think my dad literally called everyone. He might have even called the superintendent because we lived in a small town, so everyone knew everyone. I believe my dad stopped at nothing to call everybody under the sun. And you have to be that voice, and you can't let up. Like, it's not enough to go to the school principal. Like, you have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and just following the chain as far as you need to. And you cannot stop because your child really doesn't have that power, especially if there's someone who is speaking up in school and telling teachers and nothing seems to happen. For me, I had teachers straight up observe the bullying and do nothing. So I didn't feel like there was a relationship with teachers that I could talk to. So my parents took it in their hands to take the power. And I just remember very clearly that night, I was sitting in the living room and my mom was taking care of me. And my dad was on the phone calling everyone, and to say he was angry would be an understatement. So I think as a parent, you've got to take the steps to go through the chain of command, and you can't let up. I think the next thing is, if you are not getting the change that you need, you have to take drastic measures. For my family, going into my junior year of high school, I still will never know how my parents afforded it because we did not have money. I have to assume, we've never actually talked about it, I assume that my grandmother helped a lot, but my parents pulled me out of the school and put me in a private school that cost a decent amount at the time. I still have no idea how we did it, but my parents just wouldn't settle for anything less than me having a safe environment to go to every day. As a child, to see your parents stop at nothing also increases your view of yourself and how much you're worth and how much they love you. And I also think that helps a kid get through bullying. When I saw my dad call everyone under the sun, when I saw them pull me out of the school and financially swing a private school that we did not have the money for, it made me realize how important I am, and it made a huge impact on my life, and my experiences at that school were really positive. So I would say the 3 keys of parenting someone who's bullied is never let them get away without talking to you, and if you need to, get really direct and honest with them. And make sure that you take the time to foster a relationship of a lot of trust. The next is follow the chain of command and stop at nothing until you can change something. And then if that doesn't work, I think you have to decide to take a drastic measure. And I know that not all families can do that. We were a family that couldn't do that, but my parents found a way because it's important. And as a child, seeing those makes you believe and trust so much in your parents, love them so much, and it also helps build your identity and self-worth because you see people advocating and fighting for you. So those would be my tips for the kiddos that are being bullied or people who have had a hard time overcome being bullied. I really think what it comes down to is somehow in all the situations I faced, I have been able to find gratitude and forgiveness. And I know that sounds crazy, but this is the way I look at it. I can honestly say, if I was to see any of those people who essentially tortured me from about 3rd grade to my junior year of high school, I have completely and honestly forgiven them. I realize now their attacks on me was so much more about them not feeling like they fit in and a desperate need to fit in, that they were insecure or felt threatened or did not feel like they were enough. So they targeted other people, and I just happened to be one of them. And I realize now that hurt people, and anytime I see someone being cruel to someone, I can realize and step back and think, wow, this person is really hurt. How can I confront them with compassion and understanding and somehow help them navigate through it? But that is why I'm able to forgive all of those people. The gratitude piece comes in, and that one was the hardest. I can say now, and I probably couldn't have said this 5 years ago, I am grateful for the experience that I had in school. As terrible as it was, it made me realize how strong I am and how I am not the opinions or judgments of other people, but instead I am measured by how I view myself and how the people who are most important to me view me. And lastly, the gratitude comes in because I love to take care of people. And one thing I realized is that I was strong enough to take the bullying and come out on the other side. And there were probably kids in my class that were not strong enough to handle it, who may have not come out on the other side, who could have taken their lives or let it completely destroy everything in their life. So I'm able to say that I'm grateful that I was able to burden that for others who might not have been able to handle it. That is my 2 cents on bullying and parenting someone who's going through bullying. I should have really had talking points, but I didn't. I just spoke from my experiences. All right, we actually turned. If you notice, we just did a little U-turn because I accidentally went the wrong way. I get so confused at this corner and always end up going the wrong way. So we are headed to the dairy. We're going to pick up Steven some ice cream. We're going to get me some lunch, and yeah, that's about it. Oh my gosh, those street signs look like they are going to fly away. Alrighty, we are here at the dairy. Let's head on in. The sun is now gone, so I don't need those. Alright, see you guys in a little bit. Oh, so yes, I grabbed another one of the gold lanterns that I liked from Target because I moved that one, and I just grabbed a white candle. I got Steven this tie just because, for no reason. Do you like his tie? Would Daddy like his tie? Okay, yes. He would like his tie. And then I got Steven this card. It's so funny. It says, "You're my home." And then on the back it goes, "A sarcastic, slightly hairy home, but my home nonetheless." I just thought that was so funny. So that is what I picked up for him. And then my favorite pomade. Then at the bakery, I got some jalapeno rolls. I got a quiche. That one is sausage, pepper, and onion. I got some soup. I got a loaf of bread because we are almost out. And then I got Steven the sweet PBF Crunch. Sweet cream ice cream with chocolate chunks, peanut butter, and fudge swirl. Before I get this stuff put away, he probably has to go outside. Do you have to go outside? He's been watching Real Housewives of New York. All right, you go. Oh, and we left the door unlocked while we were away. I mean, the wind is, oh, that leaf just blew in the house. He always kicks up dirt. It drives me crazy. Oh, a sneeze. Get in here. It's too windy. Now you need a cookie, right? Now you need a cookie? Let's get one. Go over to your cabinet. You're a nutcase. You didn't even eat breakfast today, but you're gonna eat a cookie. That's kind of my diet. Skip the meal, eat the cookie. All right, gang, I am just stirring my chili. I'm just gonna walk you through what I added in here. So this is 2 cans of organic crushed tomatoes, 1 can of tomato sauce, 1 can of chickpeas, 2 cans of red kidney beans, and 2 cans of ground chilies. And then I just go to taste with tons of cumin, tons of chili powder. And then the last thing I add to this is 1 can of red enchilada sauce. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to wait for my turkey to finish thawing. I'm going to brown that with some salt, pepper, and chili powder, and then toss it in there on high and just let it cook the rest of the day. And dinner is done. Oh my goodness, look at this outside. It is just a swirling, windy mess. Went ahead and browned the turkey and threw it in the chili pot, so that is all set. It is now about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I have a little time before my workout at Orange Theory. I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through the living room. It's really not that special about what I've restyled. I'm not super happy with it. Steve and I were just talking about it last night. I'm not overly excited about it. So I did add this plant in a basket on that side table. A lot of you asked me about this. This is called the gramophone. So you can stick your iPhone in there and play your music out, and it sounds like an old school gramophone. It gives it like a tinny sound. When you walk in, the thing I'm not happy with currently is our couches. So these were custom upholstered couches from Pottery Barn, and they are lousy. I do not recommend them. This was like their top line of like padding and upholstery, and it has worn terribly. I hate them. I was trying to convince Steven to buy the custom slip covers, but they're for 2 slip covers for the extra large sofa and the love seat. It's like $1,300. I might still do it, but I want them to be navy blue. So picture those couches really dark navy blue or leather. We have a leather sectional downstairs. I've thought of moving it back up, but it's not in the best shape. But if I slip cover those in navy blue, I think it would look so great in here. How to add some texture in your living room for low cost, and it's through pillows. Here's the deal. Do not arrange your pillows so that they look like no one has sat on them. When I put them on my couch, I purposely like hit them and make them look like they've been lived in. I have them slouchy and banged up, and that makes it just look so comfortable and also really welcomes people into the space. One vibe I really wanted to get was layering, and I think people think about just laying things on top, but it's also about creating depth in areas. So this is just the corner between the 2 couches. So I have this small hairpin marble table, but then I layered in a magazine basket from Pottery Barn with just a big floor pillow that has like tons of texture. And then behind that is this tribal upholstered stool, and it adds like so much depth. I just love the way it looks. Another way I layered is I put an area rug over top the carpet. I love layered carpets. If anything, I'd have like a sisal one underneath that, and it just makes it feel really cozy. The other thing that I worked hard on was really neutralizing all the accessories. So you see there's really no pop of color in here except for the fiddly fig over there. That even means like switching out the books that I have on display. They're even very neutral. Over here is that new gold lantern from Target. And then once again, you know, I kept the mantle really simple, and it's just a collection of my Goodwill candlesticks. And then that deer head is from Our House. Our House, A-R-H-A-U-S. Then here I grabbed this basket and I just spray painted the bottom of it gold and threw a blanket in there. Once again, not letting it look perfect, have it spilling out makes it look so much more natural. And friends, it is now snowing outside on top of it. I don't think you can see. Yep, it is now snowing. Happy April. On the entertainment center, I wanted to keep it all really, really neutral. So I just have like that Himalayan sea salt lamp. All those little gold vases are from Goodwill, no more than 99 cents. This little white vase is something I picked up in Amsterdam, along with that pottery. Once again, I wanted my books to be neutral, so I just turned them so the pages are facing out. It just gives it a very plain palette. A little wooden bowl with some Japamala beads in there. One of my favorite things I've done is I saw this dome of books at Our House, and it was outrageously expensive. So I found this pedestal and dome at Home Goods, sawed off the pedestal piece, sanded it down, threw in some old books from Goodwill, and just put the dome over it, and I just love how it looks. Once again, all the pages facing outwards just to keep it really neutral. So you can see like there's really no color in there, but it feels very collected over time and very calm. Over here is just a geode stone as well as some other little gold accessories I've picked up along the way. And then this little 3-tiered marble table is from Target as well. This chair is from Our House. And that footstool, I think I grabbed at Home Goods. What I love about this chair is how really cool and detailed it is from the back. I just think it's so awesome, and it's super comfortable. But yeah, that's how I kind of have styled. Imagine if those were navy blue. It would look so good, like a really rich navy. Some of you asked where I got this coffee table. I have no clue. But yeah, I love how neutral and calming it feels. I also think it flows really well with the kitchen. I'm really happy with how this is all coming together. It feels really, really great. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. But we do like it. Do you like it? Basically, until I have to head off to the gym, I'm just going to rest and chill out. Dinner is made, the house is clean. Yeah. I am just hanging out in the dining room. It is going on 3:30, so I'm going to head to the gym. And I actually just finished editing everything that I filmed so far today, and I'm already at like 22 minutes. So I am going to cut this vlog just so I can get it uploaded and chill tonight. But don't worry, I am going to film like giving Steven his gift tonight, a little bit of the evening, and I'll just throw that into tomorrow's vlog. So you'll see this evening, tomorrow, and you'll see all of today. If that makes any sense, you're with me. But I'm just going to sign off like I sign off all of them, my friends. Take care of yourself, take care of others, and be kind. Kindness is free. Give it to everyone. Until next time, bye-bye. The lighting is really good here. I look quite handsome.